Hey you guys, it's Phoebe here from Little Grey Box with Matt behind the camera. And on this channel, we share with you all our experiences and tips to help you travel well. And in today's episode, I'm going to be sharing with you our top 5 favorite things to do in Joshua Tree and Joshua Tree National Park. Now, if you don't already, be sure to subscribe right now so you never miss an episode, and say hello in the comments below. Now let's dive right in. Located in Southern California, Joshua Tree National Park straddles the Colorado and Mojave deserts. Now this destination is so beautiful. Both Matt and I were blown away by the landscape and just how gorgeous and scenic it is. Now when you arrive, you will most likely be doing what we did, which is arriving into Joshua Tree, the town, which sits north just above Joshua Tree National Park. Now in terms of accommodation, we stayed at an Airbnb in Joshua Tree and we absolutely loved it. It was affordable and it gave us our own space and a sense of freedom and ability to move around. Now before you head into the national park, you're going to want to make sure that you get your parks pass in advance. It just makes things a little bit easier and quicker, and it gives you the chance to pick up a map and have a talk to the parks people about all of the things that you're going to want to see and do, and they are great with giving you advice as well. Now our parks pass cost us $30 US for 7 days, and it covered all of the occupants of our car. You are going to need lots of water, plenty of food, make sure you have a full tank of gas because obviously there's nowhere to buy supplies or fill up your fuel tank once you're inside the national park. Now whatever you do, just make sure you do not touch any of the Joshua trees. In fact, just don't really touch any of the plants and not the wildlife either. Joshua trees are actually protected under state and federal law, so that means no touching, no leaning, no climbing. Don't put a hammock in one of them, just leave them be. They're a very important part of the ecosystem. Please make sure that whatever you bring into the national park, you take back out with you. We visited a few different places inside the national park, and these ones were our favorites. The Chollo Cactus Garden, Arch Rock, Skull Rock, Intersection Rock, Hidden Valley, Barker Dam, and the Jumbo Rocks. Now our trip to Joshua Tree was part of another trip that we were doing in San Diego, and that is a great way to see the area. It's the perfect add-on DIY road trip experience, and we just spent a couple of nights out there and that was more than enough for us. You could easily add it on as a road trip to a destination you were visiting like San Diego, LA, Las Vegas, Phoenix, or even Tucson. Now because Joshua Tree is quite a small town, that means that the food options are also quite small in number. So expect to see quite a few queues or to have to kind of join a bit of a lineup to wait to get a spot at a restaurant or even to get your takeaway or pizza, for example. But that's okay because it is definitely worth it. Our favorite spot for breakfast was the Crossroads Cafe. I absolutely love it here. Their food and coffee are both amazing. They have great service. It's well priced and super delicious. Speaking of lunch, our all-time favorite lunch spot was Natural Sisters Cafe. Again, there was a bit of a queue here on the days that we visited, but the food was so good we just kept going back, you guys. They have a great menu packed with healthy and fresh, delicious options. Matt and I got addicted to their wraps, which were really good value and incredibly flavorsome. Be sure to drown them in hot sauce because they're absolutely fantastic. Once the sun goes down, you're going to want to head to the Joshua Tree Saloon for dinner. We found this place was really well priced and a really fun way to end our day. Founded in 1946 by a group of Hollywood investors, Pioneertown was established as an old Wild Wild West movie set, and it is a really cool place to explore, you guys. They have these 1880s style shop fronts. You can go inside and pick up some, local goodies. They've got some really cool clothes, arts, crafts, and gifts. They even had some really cool displays when we were there. Somebody was kind of doing some old school, maybe loom weaving might be the term there. They even had some farm animals. It was a really great spot, especially if you had little kids, or even if you're just keen for a really great spot for photographs. That is the place to visit. But of course, when you visit Joshua Tree, the focus is definitely going to be on the national park. That is where we spent the bulk of our time, and these other activities I've listed, they were just kind of filler spots. These were just when we needed to eat or we had a little bit of spare time and wanted to do something else. I am so glad that Matt and I made the effort to go to Joshua Tree. It was well worth it. it. It was something I had wanted to do for a really long time, and when we went to San Diego, I realized if I didn't go now when it was so close, I may never visit. So if you are in a similar situation, definitely make sure you make the effort. You only need a couple of days to get out there, see, explore, and then you can check it off your travel bucket list. Trust me, it's well worth it. So I would love to know, you guys, have you ever thought about visiting Joshua Tree National Park? Is it something that you would be interested in? Have you seen photos of it and loved it? And if yes, what do you think? Tell me, I would love to know the spots that we've listed. Do any of them appeal to you? Let us know in the comments below. I have this dream of mine to do all of the national parks in the US, so I think I need to write those up and start ticking them off and working through them all, because the US truly does have some amazing spots. Alright, you guys, my neighbor has started mowing his lawn, so that means it's time for us to wrap this video up. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed it. Now, you guys, we have a full-length travel guide video here on YouTube for you to watch, and we also have some great travel guides on the website for you too. We will link those below. Now, if you don't already, be sure to subscribe and say hello in the comments below. I hope you have a great weekend, and I will see you with a brand new episode next week. Love ya.